Hello everybody, I have an interesting one for you guys out there. Today this is an electronic game color, and I bet you never saw one like this. Now I don't know what the box means, the NSI 16, who knows, but I'm about to show you some weird stuff that I've never seen in my life before. It's all new to me. So you can see we got a horn speaker. Don't mind the microphone, that goes to a cassette version of one of these things, which my buddy actually has. Now, here's what's really odd. So, Electronic Game Calls Incorporated, Wisconsin Rapids, Wisconsin. This comes with a book. Comes with all the original records. They're all on 45. Like this one's your instructions, and then it gives you deer calls. And there's a bunch of them in here like this. There's ones for some more hunting instructions. There's ones for rabbits, ones for turkeys and gobblers, geese, muskies, mallards, young bull, elk. I don't know how many people's actually going out there and hunting elk. Squirrel call. You know, they say it's the chicken of the trees, right? So this all came with the entire kit. I guess my friend found this on the curb or something. Pretty good deal if you ask me. But hey, it gets better. It gets way better. This comes with something special. It comes with... Oh, it's heavy. It's very heavy. The electronic game color. And let's spread this thing out here. Creaky as a creaky. Look at this. It's an actual record player. So you get your 45s, you get your PA horn speaker that plugs into the side of this, and you can put your records on here. Do a little DJing, right? And here's the crazy part about this, though. So this thing has no charging port on it whatsoever. It has a speaker output, microphone input, which I haven't tested yet, and that's it. I don't see anywhere else on here where to charge a battery. I mean, there's absolutely nothing on this thing. And this thing must have been made, I'm guessing, in probably 1960s, maybe 70s. Now, this is what's absolutely bizarre to me. This is the craziest thing of all. All the weight inside this thing, we all know turntables are fairly light, right? Like these cheap plastic, you know, little toy turntables like this. They're usually pretty light. Well, this thing weighs an absolute shit ton. Now, I'm pretty sure most of the people out there watching this right now are thinking, probably the same thing I'm thinking. It's like, well, probably lead-acid batteries or something, right? No way they can possibly be good anymore. It runs. This came out of a curb score with an actual running platter. I don't know what's inside this thing right now. I don't know what kind of batteries or anything. So that's going to be the next clip we're going to be looking at here. I'm going to pull this thing apart and we're going to see. Well, actually, I'll actually play a record here, and you'll see it's definitely running slow. It's scratchy and stuff, but that's amazing. So I just wanted to test a record on here just to show you guys what this sounds like. It sounds pretty awful at the moment, which is to be expected considering this age. What's amazing is it's making any sound at all. You really have to pull that thing off. This thing is like holding a brick. Now if I turn it up, it's just gonna click and make lots of clicky sounds. If I hold it about there, it's not too bad. You guys get the idea. If I turn it up, it gets... Guess I should have had a volume warning noise, right? I think what that is it's motorboat inside because of capacitors which have aged and worn out. So when we tear this thing apart, we're going to look at the circuitry inside, which should be quite interesting. But hey, look at this. The fact that this is even running right now is something, because there's no way to charge the battery as far as I can tell. There's no other ports. There's speaker, there's microphone, and that's it. There's no other input on this thing. Nothing. So how in the hell did they ever think that this thing was just going to last forever? And actually, in a way, I guess it kind of has, hasn't it? So we're going to open this up here in a second, and we're going to find out exactly what's inside this thing, and hopefully it's not going to be terrifying, because I'm kind of a little worried about what kind of batteries are leaking inside this thing. Now, as far as the horn speaker goes, I don't know, like I said, I don't know if that's the amp. I'm thinking that's probably the amplifier, because the speaker itself probably won't make that popping sound. So we need to test this speaker on something else also to make sure that's working properly. That'll probably be part of the video we'll have to make. But listen to those giggling geese, huh? Same batteries this thing has had ever since it was made, and it still somehow is running. That's insane. Unless I'm missing something very, very obvious, I don't know. I also realized there's a record on the back here called Pheasant Rally. I didn't record that one. I did go through all these records, and I recorded all of these into Audacity, and I'm going to put them up online for safekeeping, because I don't know how many people actually have a copy of any of these. I don't know if they're actually technically copyrighted or not, but this is one way to find out, right? So check out that old school circuitry. I'm sorry about the lighting, I know it's terrible, but we got some point-to-point wiring of transistors, resistors. I mean, it's all point-to-point in there. Man, I wish I had better lighting here. I really need to get this on my desk. I might have to do that yet. So yeah, I mean, we have some old electrolytic capacitors in here, which clearly at this point have probably gone to toast. Wow. All hand point wiring. This is like this is pretty cool, actually. Anyway, so let's do something else real quick. Let me pop the turntable on. Now that I know this is just like wood, basically. Let's tear off the battery panel, shall we? Now that we know this is an actual battery panel. It's a rough one to get off here. No? Okay. And it's crispy. That's real crispy. That's pretty crispy. Oh wow. Okay, we got... This thing was still running. Yeah, those batteries have seen better days, huh? These are old lantern batteries, so I remember these. I used to get these all the time when I was experimenting with electronics as a child. So I always thought they were kind of cool. All they basically are is a bunch of C cells, and I can't even pull them out. They're so crusted in there. Let's see if I can get one out here. There we go. Yeah, look at that. Rayovac. Hey, yeah. We love our Rayovacs around here. These things have seen better days, huh? We'll have to see what kind of charge they still have. Put them under a load. Heavy duty. These are the old school boys. This is their expiration date. Don't worry, I'm not worried about my hands. They're alkaline, I'm sure, or something. Or whatever. Maybe my fingers will just eat themselves off later. So, I was testing the battery. Here's what's funny. Here's the old multimeter. I'm not even putting a load on the battery, by the way. I'm just testing straight terminal voltage here. And check this out. Got positive and negative hooked up. Disconnected. No voltage. Connected. Like 90 millivolts is like not even measuring. So this one is clearly baked and not working. So that one is clearly dead. Let's take the next crispy critter out, because clearly one of these has to still have a charge, right? Like, motors just don't run themselves miraculously. Not that I'm aware of, unless there's a ghost hidden in here. Once again, nothing. You're seeing this, right? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. That leaves one battery left. The crispiest of the critters. Oh boy. Clearly this one has to have a charge, right? I mean, 6 volts. The only one that has a charge. And these things were ran in series, by the way, so I mean, it was probably providing like 12 to 18 volts. Somehow this battery still has a charge. Now that's not under load, so I don't know what it is under load. I do have a resistor. I have a 1K ohm resistor I can pop across there and see if that, yeah, 1K ohm resistor drops it down to 5.7, so you do the math. I mean, this battery is just got enough oomph to barely run, well, probes fell off, barely just enough to run the turntable motor. That's incredible. 3 old lantern batteries, and one of them, the crustiest one of all. And by the way, I could not find a date on these things anywhere, so I have no idea what the age of these are. The oldest, nastiest looking one of all is the one that actually was running this thing. So I wanted to get this on the workbench because I wanted to look on the inside with the proper lighting. So we're going to flip open the little turntable up above. We're going to look down at the circuitry because this to me is the most fascinating part. The fact that this is all hand wired, this is like Boy Scout stuff, right? This reminds me of like when I was a kid and we learned how to wire up radios and stuff. Something that's kind of a lost art, especially the point-to-point wiring. Now I gotta use a flashlight, sorry, because I really don't have proper lighting here, but you can see there's some electrolytic capacitors down here that, yeah, I'm guessing it's very possible something like that could be making the audio motorboat. Some of these are probably dried out from old age. Who knows? The transistors, pretty curious. These are tie chips. Texas Instruments. See if I can get the logo on here. Well, no, it doesn't want to zoom in very well, does it? Anyways, these are 2N1274? 2N1274. It looks like they all are the same part. Must have been bargain bin stuff, huh? Interesting. So they used all carbon comp resistors, oil-filled capacitors, looks like, paper electrolytics, whatever, wax. There's a waxy down there. So, oh, that one's looks like it's gonna be a bitch to get to. It's all underneath all those parts. I might have to just clip that out and see where we go. Now I don't know if the owner wants this fully restored or just wants it working. Those look like power transistors down there. Looks like, yeah, the sleeves. Oh, okay. So this must be the audio output transformer here, and that's going out to the power transistors. See, there's another thing I didn't see. You can't see anything like this on the outside of the box. This is all on the inside. Yeah, it's screwed in. It's like chassis mounted on the inside. So we got a very bad battery cave inside there, which has been corroded. And we got all this stuff over here. And this should be a fun project.